Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another meal prep video. So you guys stay tuned. The very last recipe I'm going to show you, I'm just going to prove to you guys, I have so many of you tell me that you love my food and it always looks great. Well, you know what? Sometimes it doesn't turn out looking so great. So stay tuned for that recipe at the end. So the first thing I'm going to start with is making a jalapeno popper breakfast casserole. I'll be having this as one of my lunches this week. I will have the original recipe linked down below. So in my bowl here, I am whisking together some eggs, some heavy cream, some grated Colby Jack cheese, use whatever cheese you want, and then also some spices. The spices I'm using are this toasted onion from FreshJax. You guys, I love, love, love this spice. Some garlic powder and some salt and pepper. So now I'm going to pour that egg mixture into a dish that I've sprayed with some cooking spray. And then next you're going to add in some cubed cream cheese. So I find that full fat cream cheese works the best for this only because you can cube it up a little bit easier. There's some recipes I do use reduced fat cream cheese, but this one I just use the full fat. Now I'm going to add to the mixture some sliced jalapenos, some crumbled cooked bacon, and then the remaining cheese. So really the cheese was supposed to be added in after the casserole baked for a while, but I have no patience for looking at recipes, so I did not see that part of the recipe. So I already had baked it. So anyway, bake this at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes until the eggs are set. This casserole turned out looking so beautiful. Look at this. I cannot wait to eat this. I'll add on some sliced avocado and maybe some sour cream. Yum. Honestly, this is going to be like the best lunch ever. So next up are some pumpkin spice pound cake muffins. I've never made this recipe before. Again, I will have the original recipe linked down below. The only change I made to this recipe was adding in the pumpkin pie spice. So first up is to combine the dry ingredients. So it's almond flour, baking powder, salt, and then the pumpkin pie spice. I'm using this pumpkin pie spice from Dax. It is such a good spice. Oh, it's so good. Then it's time to cream together the butter, the granulated monk fruit sweetener. I use the Lakanto sweetener, some cream cheese, and the vanilla. So once this is all mixed together, you want to add in your eggs. Now this mixture came together really well, and I tasted it a few times just to make sure that, everything was mixed together well and the pumpkin pie spice and all that was enough. I actually ended up adding in about 2 teaspoons of the pumpkin pie spice, just so you know. You're going to add the dry to the wet, and it makes such a smooth batter. I'm going to divide this mixture to make 12 muffins. These will go into a 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes, depending on your oven. Mine cooks a little bit hot, tends to cook a little bit hot. So sometimes it's, a little bit less than what some people are. These turned out really, really good. And honestly, they taste a lot like those cinnamon muffins that I've made before. And these are so moist. These are going to be such a nice treat through the week. As always, I grilled some chicken in my air fryer. I wanted to try these new spices that I got from FreshJax. I used the habanero pepper, and then there's one called Rosy Cheeks. I can't remember if I mentioned before, but I do have a link to FreshJax below along with a code for you to use. So I went ahead and just rubbed the spices on the chicken. I found that these work really well just by rubbing them. And then I cooked them in my air fryer at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. And also, as always, I like to grill up some sausages that I just have for a quick lunch or dinner or even breakfast. And these are my favorite. These are the Cajun sausages from Elle's. So I just cooked those also at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. Okay. So this is that recipe I was talking about. So not all my recipes turn out, you guys. Sometimes they don't turn out to being very pretty. These pizza rolls, they're not pretty. And they did not turn out the way they were supposed to look. I will post a picture right here from the recipe blog with how they were supposed to look. And there's also a little video that you should watch too. But let me tell you, these taste fabulous. So leave me a comment down below with a time that a recipe didn't turn out for you. Maybe it didn't turn out looking very pretty, but it tasted really good. Or do you have like one of those recipes? That one recipe that will never work out for you. Let me know what it is down below. Okay, so now that disclaimer is out of the way, let me show you how to make these. The first step is to make up a batch of fathead dough. This is the same recipe I always use for my fathead dough pizza. I will have a link down below. This may have been my first mistake because in the pizza roll recipe, it uses a different dough recipe. It uses coconut flour instead of almond flour and also has xanthan gum. So maybe this would make for a different type of dough. I'm not sure. Maybe the dough is a little bit stiffer. Have no idea. Let me know in the comment section if you know if that would make a difference. Now that the dough is ready, take the dough and put it between 2 pieces of parchment paper and then roll it out into a rectangle that's about 8 by 16. How you would even do that, I don't know. Mine is not pretty, it's not square, but you know. I made up a pizza sauce using tomato sauce, some garlic powder, some of the toasted onion, FreshJax seasoning, and also some of the chili flake seasoning from FreshJax, also garlic powder and Italian seasonings. This is pretty much my simple recipe for pizza sauce. So you want to spread that sauce on top of the dough, layer on some mozzarella cheese, and then whatever toppings you want. I am using salami and pepperoni, and then roll it up. This part wasn't too hard to do, and the dough only ripped just a couple times, but it was easy to fix. But here is where it all went south. It's when I was trying to put the pieces that I cut up, and I cut them up in little rounds, and then I was trying to put them into the pie dish. They were not wanting to sit up, and this is where I think maybe I should have used a different dough, not sure, but it was not working the way the little video on the recipe blog showed. So I just opted on putting the rolls on a baking sheet. Perfect, right? Well, you see how they came out. Not pretty at all, but then we tried them, and you guys, these are so tasty. So I'm definitely gonna be making this recipe again, but I'm just gonna tweak it a bit and see if I can make them look a little prettier. I'll just play around with it. But they taste good, so that's all that matters, right? I'll definitely be eating these. They're not going to go to waste, and it was fun to try a new recipe, even if it didn't turn out the way it's supposed to. So this is maybe one of those Pinterest fails. I used to do Pinterest win and fail videos. This definitely would have been a Pinterest fail as far as how it looks, but it tastes fabulous. Okay guys, so this does it for today's meal prep. All the recipes will be in the description box, so please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. And also don't forget to comment down below. I love to talk to you guys down there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.